Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about my February favorites, and I have accumulated quite a new range of makeup that I have been obsessed with and loving. All of these stuff that I have been loving I pretty much already owned in my collection, and what happened recently is that I obviously, as you can tell, have a new background. I have recently moved home just for a couple of months, and in that time I actually shopped through my collection while I was unpacking I guess my makeup and while I was packing my makeup to move, and I found so many good products in here that I have just fallen in love with again. So I'm super excited to share with you guys what I've been loving for the month of February, and if you guys are wanting to see what I've been loving, then just keep watching. Before I begin in the favorites, I just wanted to do a massive apology for being so absent and so just missing in action for the whole month pretty much of February, where that was on both YouTube and also Instagram. As I was saying before, obviously my background is a lot different, and that's because I did move home, and honestly throughout the whole month of February I pretty much was sorting through my house, packing a house up, and if you guys have done that before, you know how stressful it is, and also it is just very time consuming. So I do apologize for not I guess uploading regularly, but hopefully now that I'm all settled back in, I will have a more regular kind of uploading schedule. I've definitely been a little bit more active on Instagram, and also the new app called Vero as well. So if you guys are on that, please let me know. I'll leave my username down below. It's the same as Instagram and also YouTube, just at Crystal Johnson. So if you guys are on there, definitely follow me and we can be friends. Anyway, moving straight along to my favorites. So I've actually got two concealers to share with you guys. First one is my face concealer, and this is the one that I like to use underneath my eyes and just around the face to highlight, and this is definitely an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I personally use the color 10, which is more of a yellow based concealer, which is my personal preference. I am a fake tanner, so that is what is more complementary to my skin tone. If you guys have tried this before, I'm sure you are well and truly aware on how amazing it is. It is super creamy, medium to buildable to full coverage. It has a doe foot applicator as well, which makes it super easy to apply, and Maybelline typically does go on sale majority of places, so if you guys are after a new concealer and you haven't tried this one, I would highly recommend it. So the second concealer that I wanted to mention is something that I actually picked up quite a few years ago, and it's something that I've had in my collection for quite some time, and I have recently pulled it out, and it is actually my under, I guess, brow highlight. And it is a little palette from MAC, and this is the Correct and Conceal, and this is, I think, just the light color. So in this particular kit, it does come with a really good range of shades, and for my particular skin tone and underneath my brows, I really like to carve my brows out with a good concealer, something that is more creamy, a little bit thicker, like this particular one. I have carved my brows out before with a regular concealer. It does work. I just prefer I guess the look and the texture of these particular ones. I just find that they're more highly pigmented, they go on a lot easier, and it just looks a lot better in my personal opinion. So I have been loving this top color here, and it is a super pale pink color, and it's really great for carving out brows. I just like to use a flat Sigma brush, which again I'll link down below if you guys are interested to see what I like to use, but I've been loving this. I think this is fantastic, and you guys obviously don't have to purchase the full kit just for a brow kind of carving concealer. They do sell these individually as like the Studio Fix concealers that would also work quite well, which is basically what this is, but in a palette version. So if you guys are after a new concealer to carve out brows and you don't mind spending a little bit more, I would highly recommend these. These are fantastic, and if you are a makeup artist as well, these little kits are fantastic for your pro kit anyway, but for me personally, I like using it to carve out my brows. Speaking of brows, I have recently started a new brow routine. Now, if you guys have been following me for quite some time, you guys know that I live for brows. I love brows. I love filling in people's brows. I love doing my own brows. I think brows are such an important piece when it comes to makeup, and it really is the section that frames the face quite well. So filling in brows is really, really important in my opinion, and I feel like brows have really just gone crazy over the last 2 years, and the most recent products that I have started using for my brows are both from Benefit, and you guys know I'm obsessed with Benefit. They do the best brow products in my opinion. I'm obsessed with the colors and the whole range itself. So recently I have been lining my brows with the Ka-Brow. Now, great thing about the range is usually, actually this is probably not the best example, but if you go for, let's say I'm a number 2 in the range, I would go for number 2 in the Ka-Brow, which means that I would go for number 2 in the pencils. It just makes it a lot easier for someone to kind of follow the range. That way you're getting the same color just with a different product. So for instance, I use number 2 in the Ka-Brow, and the reason that I love this is that it is actually a drier formula, which means it usually is quite easy to apply. Some people will either love it or hate it. I personally really enjoy it. I just find it easier to apply. I feel like I don't make as many mistakes as I do with something like the Anastasia pomade, but I still love that product. I just love this one just a little bit more because of the texture. I also love that it does come with a little travel size brush with it as well, so you don't have to bring another brush with you. I personally, again, don't use this brush, but I do really enjoy it if I am traveling or if I have a dirty brush and I don't want to clean it. This one does work really, really well, but I love the color, I love the texture, I love the staying power. It does not budge. And what I'll usually do with this particular product is I will just outline just the under and then on the top, and I will really define the tail quite well. And then what I'll do is that I'll go in with the foolproof powder, which if you guys haven't tried this, please do yourself a favor and try it. It is fantastic. They have done such a good job with this range. I am really, really impressed. I am someone who never ever really liked brow powder at all. I just think it's kind of not gimmicky, but I just feel like I'm someone who likes more of a bolder brow personally, and I just felt like using powders just wasn't going to do it for me. So I kind of stayed away from it, and when they released this, I was kind of like, cool, like not excited at all, because I wasn't really into that kind of thing. But recently, because I've been using the Ka-Brow to outline it, I didn't want to fill it in with the Ka-Brow, so I actually tried filling it in with the foolproof brow powder in the color number 1, and I honestly just am never going to look back. I am so obsessed with this. I love the packaging, I love the thought that goes behind it. It is really the easiest brow powder to maneuver. A lot of people obviously get quite confused and they don't really know how to use the brow powders if there's 2 different colors, and they've actually made it super easy for the consumer. So essentially it is just a shape of a brow, and you fill in just this part with the lighter color and then the tail with the darker color. I personally like to mix the 2 colors when it comes to the tail, and then I fill it in just with that one color at the front, but it's very personal preference. It does come with the strangest applicator I've ever seen. It's like a sponge tip. It's very unusual. I just like to use just a regular angled brush, but I've really been enjoying this. And of course I've been using the 24-hour brow setter. That is my holy grail, ride or die. I will never change brow gels ever. That is the best thing ever. So I'll set it with that, and then I'll carve it out with the MAC concealer, and that is how I get these brows. Moving on to my 2 last makeup favorites. Now, this is actually the lip combination that I have been loving and have been wearing every single day. So what I've been doing, I have been mixing a lipstick with a lip gloss. Now, I've never really been a lip gloss person until I started using a clear gloss from Essence. That was just like a super easy everyday kind of lip gloss if I just was going for some kind of easy look. But what I've done recently, I have just gotten the new, or it's not new, it's part of their permanent collection, but it's a lip gloss from Tarte, and I have really been enjoying it. So what I've been doing is I've been putting down a lipstick from MAC. This one is the NIKKIA Joy collaboration with MAC. If you guys don't know who NIKKIA Joy is, she is a fabulous Australian YouTuber. Her channel is fantastic. If you guys are an oily skin person, you need to check her channel out. It is fantastic. Her videos are very informative and they are just really professional, and she's just really easy to watch. So I really enjoy her channel, which I'll link down below for you guys if you haven't checked her out. She is amazing. But her collaboration with MAC, this is literally probably my favorite pinky nude. It is just such an easy everyday color for me to wear. I'm completely obsessed, and it is a matte formula, which is my favorite MAC formulas that they probably have, that and their cream sheens, but their matte lipsticks are probably my favorite. So I've really been enjoying that. So I'll put that underneath, and then I'll be topping it off with the TARTEIST glossy lip paint in the color Goals. And this by itself does have a slight bit of pigment. It's not overly pigmented, but you can definitely wear it by itself if you're going for more of a kind of natural makeup look. But these two paired together, it is just like a match made in heaven. I have it on at the moment. It is a really beautiful kind of non-sticky, just pinky nude color. I'm completely obsessed. So that is all of my makeup favorites done. So I don't actually have really any TV show favorites or anything like that, because I really haven't had time to watch much TV. So I feel like I will definitely have one this coming month, because I have been watching Supernatural, and that's definitely going to be in my favorites next month. But in terms of music, I have really been enjoying the 50 Shades Freed whole soundtrack. I think it's fantastic. There is a couple of songs in particular that I just have them on repeat like every day. So yeah, I've really been enjoying that whole entire soundtrack, and the movie as well. Oh my god. If you guys have seen the movie, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I was completely obsessed with it. I've seen it twice already, and I think it is probably the best one out of the whole trilogy. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, because it was a fabulous movie, very well done, and I am just... I don't really know what to do now that it's over. So I guess you could say that 50 Shades was definitely part of my favorites, because it was an amazing movie and the whole entire soundtrack is amazing. There's a couple of songs in particular that I've really been enjoying. There's a song called Heaven, which I've been in love with. I think it's called The Wolf. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. That's also a really great song. But yeah, a couple songs in the whole entire soundtrack that I'm in love with. I listen to it on Spotify. If you guys are wanting to listen to some new really good songs, please check out the 50 Shades Freed soundtrack. It is amazing. There is one last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, but it's definitely something that I can't really show to you guys, but it's something that I can explain. So as of recently, I have been, I'd say recently, probably the last couple of months, I have been really diving into gut health and just probiotics and fermented foods and drinks, and it's something that I am personally quite passionate about and have really seen quite a big difference on. So I really wanted to touch base with that as a favorite, because it is definitely something lifestyle wise that I've really been enjoying, and I don't know if you guys are into it at all or not, but if you guys want me to do some kind of food video or a video talking about it, I would be more than happy to do so, because it is definitely something that I've seen quite a positive difference in myself and my body and the way that I feel. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments down below. I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. But that is everything that I have to share with you guys this month. If you guys liked any of the favorites that I mentioned, please let me know in the comments down below. Also letting me know what your favorite TV show is and what your favorites are for this month. But thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.